What's up, Destined Ones? It's Kaz, and I'm bringing you my Yellow Wind Stage guide, where I will go over all of Yellow Wind Stage's moves and how to defend them, where the vulnerability windows. Then I'll go over some attack strategy, and then for this one, I'm going to include my defeat of Yellow Wind Stage at the very end. So if this video or any of my videos do anything for you, don't forget to light attack that subscribe button and heavy attack that like button. It means a lot to me. We're trying to build a community here around the best combat in the best games, and half of anything I ever make goes to a charity we choose every few months. I upload receipts and everything. So get on your windbreaker, baby, and let's go. The first move we got, and the one he usually starts the fight with, I call 3 sheets to the wind, is essentially 3 swipes of the Trident that come in sort of with varying timings. So let's slow it down and break it down. The first one comes pretty predictably. You'll see it, and you'll be able to dodge it. It's the second one you want to get right, which is essentially right after this first one, which you'll dodge fine. You need to dodge straight away, and you'll almost always get a perfect dodge. And then the third one you can kind of see coming, and then there is a very brief vulnerability window. This is not a place where I got a lot of attacks in. The next move is 1 sheet to the wind and a river of Trident. So 1 sheet to the wind, because in a sort of nod to the last move, he sort of sends that wave of damage your way. But then the River of Tridents we see in a couple different moves of the Yellow Wind Stage. So here it goes down slow. That one, you'll see it coming, no problem, just dodge. And then the next one, you're going to see that charge, so just be patient and wait until the smash comes down and dodge. Not much of a vulnerability window at all. The next one I call Swat and Sting. It's one of those close range attacks that other bosses have that, like, when you're close, you're doing some damage, they sort of rip this out. The Yellow Wind Stage has a couple of them. But this one is 3 swipes of the Trident, followed by a River of Tridents is what I call it. But that's the sting part. So it's 3 swipes and a sting, and a little bit of a vulnerability window after. This one's tough because that build up for that first swing is so short. It's one of those, like, I'm going to punish you for being close range. So you might take a little damage if you are staying close range a lot. The most important thing is with the longer build-up smash down that you're able to dodge that, because there is a little bit of a vulnerability window. The next one is called Magic Pockets, because the build-up is like the Yellow Wind Sage reaching into his back pocket and pulling out some magic that he then smashes you with. Right here, follows up with the Trident smash that also can do quite a bit of damage, and then upon lifting the Trident up, does more damage. So I think I saw this twice, and I played him quite a bit. So it doesn't happen a lot. All of them have a long enough build up where you can get out of the way on time. So you just have to know this move and get the timing right. Not a huge vulnerability window after. The next move I call Stomp Kick Combo. It's a 2-hit combo that comes with like a River of Trident move where it's a straight up smash down, and then this MRFer tries to just punt you. So we'll watch it slow-mo. The build-up's big enough and the Trident's bright, so you know a big move is coming. Get out of the way. And then you can see here I got the timing right with pillar stance, but I don't anticipate folks getting that every time. Not much of a vulnerability window after. You just got to dodge the first one and know that second move is coming. Luckily, the stomp doesn't have a big AoE, so you just have to be mildly out of the way. The next move is like the true River of Trident move. You can see it starts with that glow, then a swipe that's not actually attack, it's just a big long build up, and then a smash down where that River of Tridents comes out at you. So if you're close range, it's a little easier to kind of get the timing, but this does do quite a bit of damage. There is a little bit of a vulnerability window after. You just need to know, like, that first move is not what you need to worry about. It's that big Trident smash. The next one I pretty much call Screw You Yellow Wind Stage, because it's really hard to pick up, it feels really cheap, and it got me a lot. It's a swipe of the Trident that has a very quick build up, followed immediately by this River of Tridents that comes from his freaking hand, not the Trident. But you can see the hand does light up yellow, so you kind of know that a River of Tridents is coming, so look out for it. And if you dodge that, you'll take a lot less damage, even if you get hit by that first swipe. I call this move the air up there. It's two sort of aerial moves by him, but of course he's smashing his trident into you on the ground. It starts with a sort of jump up and swipe like that. So the jump tells you right away maybe that swipe's coming, and then he follows it up with sort of a spinny trident smash. And so the thing to remember with this is it's a ranged attack. He usually does it from range, and that there are two moves, and when he's done, there's a vulnerability window. Similar to that, I call this one shoe fly. It's a swipe and then kind of like a backing up that he does. So this is another one of those moves like all of the bosses kind of do when they're like, shoe fly, get away from me, too close, too much damage. I'm going to make some space and swat you away. Just know always when you're doing a lot of close range attack, they're going to eventually swat you away with something that happens pretty quick without a lot of build-up. This next one is a swipe and smash redux. It's essentially similar to the one we talked about before with 3 swipes of the trident, but for whatever reason with this one, he doesn't jump into the air and do a river of tridents. He just sort of does a quick smash down river of trident. But again, look out for that trident glowing yellow. You know the river of tridents are coming, and then there's anytime you dodge a river of trident, there's going to be a nice vulnerability window. The next one I call Let's Roll. It starts with just this little scurrying away and then a very quick roll that comes at you real fast. So the thing with this move is just to know that this is the only move that the build-up is like that quick little scurry away. So anytime you see that, you know that roll is coming quick. So we've seen him make a river of tridents with his trident, with his hand, and now why not his foot? So this is the foot river of tridents, where you see his foot glow, so you know a river of tridents is coming. Anytime something glows like that, a river of trident is coming. So just be looking out for the glow and know that he can do this with his foot and dodge out of the way. This next one's called Stomp the Yard. It's essentially just one big stomp with a pretty nice build-up. The only thing that's tricky is that he does a few different things with his feet, so you never know exactly which one is coming. But what I really like about the stomp is it does have the longer build-up, so you can pick it up. And if you can get your rock solid in right before he stomps you, it will open a nice vulnerability window. The next move is FU and your fancy footwork. It's a quick little build-up and a kick that punts you in the air. He spikes you down with your trident, stomps, like curb stomps you, and picks you up and knocks you down. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. The build-up is annoyingly quick. It's another one of those, you're close range, things can happen pretty quick, so when you're attacking, you need to be ready to dodge as soon as you see a build-up, and that's true here. The next move I call Wind at My Back. It's a way that the Yellow Wind Sage gets a big upper hand. It starts with just some big old hurricane-y swipes of his trident that gets this wind going all around you. It's a little disorienting, but what's the hardest is he does all of his moves a little bit faster, and he goes from visible to invisible. And so it's really a difficult part of fighting the Yellow Wind Sage. And so what I wanted to just show you real quick is that there is a way to handle this, to like mitigate this entirely, and that's by getting the Wind Tamer, which you need to complete the Kingdom of Sahali questline for. Again, that's Wind Tamer, Kingdom of Sahali. Getting that is a huge boon to your fight against the Yellow Wind Sage, and it will get the wind at your back if you get it. The next move is Beetlejuice. It's when the Yellow Wind Sage sort of summons a sand version of the beetle that you fight in the Kingdom in Sahali, which you definitely want to do before you do this fight. It's not a big thing. It felt like the developers wanted some shock and awe. Just wait a little bit, and the dodge window seems pretty big. The thing you really got to worry about is at the end there's that little charge that he does that's cheap and annoying, so look out for that. Alright, welcome to my Yellow Wind Sage complete boss battle, where I'm going to provide some commentary as we go here. Some attack tips, some defense tips, but hopefully you've watched my boss guide tutorial. So that's 3 sheets to the wind is what I call it. He always starts with that. I typically always go in and do an immobilize after, because there just aren't a ton of vulnerability windows. I want to do a lot of damage early. The real big thing with Yellow Wind Sage is you want to try to focus more on vulnerability windows that come after focused enhanced attacks that knock him back, you actually aren't going to get very long vulnerability windows unless he's knocked down. And there are other bosses where this is similar, where you really need to get that last move in a combo in with light attacks or get focused enhanced attacks in to knock him back. And you can see me trying to, of course, amplify all my damage by using as much magic as I can. And we're almost to about a half life before he gets his wind at the back, is what I call that move. And in order to defend that, as I mentioned in the boss guide, is you need to get the Wind Tamer by completing the Kingdom of Sahali quest line. Again, Wind Tamer, Kingdom of Sahali, if you Google that, it'll show you how to do it. So it makes just a massive difference because during that time he goes from invisible to invisible. That move really gets me. He almost never pulls it out, but it's tough. That one got me too. And this one too. So this was the part of the fight that I definitely, the tides turned quite a bit in his favor. But before that, I was feeling really good about all the damage I did, so I wanted to stick with this fight. So, as I said in the boss guide, kind of anytime you see a trident, a foot, or a hand glow with yellow, the final move of that combo is going to be a river of tridents, which we've talked about. And he does a few different moves with his feet, but there's one that has a longer build-up that's clearly going to be a stomp straight down, and the rock-solid parry move is wonderful for that because it opens up a vulnerability window. But again, you can see me just kind of focusing on getting the last move of my combos in. I like Pillar Stance for him because you can cover a long range in case you like start your focus enhanced attack or heavy attack and he's a little ways away. He got me again with that. That's a little embarrassing. But it's still like, you know, we're sticking with it. I think we've only used the gourd once, so I'm not particularly mad. Yeah, that was the time. The Pillar Stance doesn't actually avoid a lot of attacks. So we've got another kind of wind at his sails, wind at his back thing. So fortunately, my Wind Tamer had refreshed by then, and I was able to use it. And a nice vulnerability window here after the Wind Tamer too, so take advantage. So anytime any boss kind of jumps far away, you know some ranged attacks are coming your way. So like I said before, look out for that indicator, as well as anytime a foot, a hand, or the trident glows yellow, because you know that like attack where tridents sort of root up out of the ground get you. And so you can see I used a focused enhanced attack with a Pillar Stance, and just keep building towards that. It's like so much the same with a lot of these bosses for me, where I'm just trying to build up that focus bar and then get a big old attack in, and hopefully that staggers them enough to open up another vulnerability window, which builds up more focus. Rinse and repeat. I hope you liked this video. If it did anything for you, don't forget to light attack that subscribe button, heavy attack that like button. Let me know your comments, your tips, your strategies, and take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you next time.